Hello and welcome to Smart Charts. Thank you for joining me you're in the belly of the beast right now. This is where we broadcast all of our market updates from. This is where we do all our development into Smart Charts, and this is really our home. So welcome to our home. It is fantastic to have you with us. Now look, if you've ever traded before, you've probably seen lots of different trading applications out there, like TradingView, like MetaTrader. There's hundreds of them. They all look the same and they all do pretty much the same thing. Smart Charts is different. I've been developing this platform for the last 15 years. I've been in the currency markets for nearly 30 years now. And when I started trading over nearly 30 years ago, it was all about context. So what does that mean? Well, it basically means if you were going to go hunting for the day, are we hunting pheasant? Are we hunting grouse? Are we hunting pigeon? What is the lay of the land in Smart Charts? In other words, what is the context of the day? And so we built Smart Charts with that in mind. We don't want you just to go and hit a chart and start gambling and getting it wrong. We want you to be process driven. We want you to understand that risk is everything in this game and strategy is everything on top of risk. Risk first, strategy second. All enveloped within context. So let me jump into Smart Charts and give you a little bit of a walk around so you can understand exactly the thinking behind how we designed this platform, why it's built in the way it is, how you can get the most out of it, and give you a bit of an overview of the section so you can procedurally start to build in your mind a great starting point into what we believe to be the world's #1 trading application for people just like you. Okay, so as I jump into Smart Charts, you can see, first of all, you're not looking at any charts whatsoever, and that's why I think is pretty smart about it, because you start here at the Squawk Box. The Squawk Box is one of our head traders around the world. In this case, Jitan will be walking you through exactly what is happening in the markets today. Is it a bull market? Is it a bear market? Has Trump just said something crazy which is sending the dollar spinning and spiraling downwards? Or is there tariffs or whatever being imposed which may affect the landscape you're about to trade your money in? We want to make sure we are omnipresent of that. So this is about broadcasting what is happening right now. So if you've been away on holiday for 2 weeks and you don't know what's happening in the markets, the first thing you do in Smart Charts is you watch the Squawk Box. It's intended to be only a few minutes, but to get you up to speed as to number one, where are the warnings, where are the risks, and where, of course, are the opportunities. And then really it envelopes the context of what's happening in the landscape that you're standing in so you can monetize it to your advantage whilst keeping the risk low. So Jitan here will be giving you an economic view which is based on strong fundamentals so you understand the lay of the land. And then as he gets more into it, he will then drill down into where the heat maps. So if I go back a little bit here, you can see, well, gold was hot on this particular day. Why was it hot? He'll go through why it was hot, why you should or should not be trading gold on that particular day. He'll then drill deeper into where the opportunities are in the market, what our traders around the world are actually trading in Smart Charts, so you can have a real insight and an edge and an understanding as to what they're doing and, most importantly, why they're doing it. This is literally like having a seat on our trading floor so you can see what's going on before you do anything. Very important that we start with context first before we even look at charts. So that's your first starting place. Now, depending on your subscription, you may have access to some of our AI tools. You may not. That's purely subscription based, but I really want to walk you through procedurally from kind of left to right. We tend to read from left to right in the Western world, so it's important that we set the screen out in that way to make it easy to understand. We start with the Learn section over here on the far left, which of course is where all of our training modules are sat. So depending again on your level of subscription, if you're simply just using the Breakfast Breakout, our beginner strategy, which shows people how to monetize the markets first thing in the morning, or you may be further into the program taking part in our Learn Forex program, which contains 5 of our most potent and powerful trading strategies. These are trading strategies, by the way, which I've gleaned from working with some of the best traders in the world over the last nearly 30 years to identify what works, what doesn't, and make sure we've got it implemented into the platform in such a way that it's not confusing to understand and you can get on top of it quickly and start using it and start monetizing it. That's the idea. My whole outcome of developing Smart Charts over the last 15 years was the concept of speed to value. How quickly can I teach you the strategy? How quickly can I ensure that you're up to speed with it and coached by one of my team, and then implementing it and start to monetize it for yourself? So for example, if I was to go into the Learn Forex section here, you can see we've broken this down into a series of chapters. So you can understand, okay, each chapter, by the way, builds on itself. So for example, on the Learn Forex program, that we start you with teaching you about trends, then we move into relative price. And you can see all of these are broken down into sections. So they're bite-sized chunks. It's not supposed to be overly verbose. It's supposed to be consumable. The brain doesn't concentrate for many, many minutes or hours on end, particularly today in the world of distraction and social media. So the idea here is to keep the chunks consumable so they build on each other. The system is also smart enough to know where you are in your learning, and it will tick it off as you do it. So you know where you are. You can always resume your training at any time. And of course, if you attend any one of our Learn Forex programs, all of that content is built into SmartCharts. So you can access it and refresh yourself at any time. So take, for example, let's move into, say, decision. And in decision, you'll find our trading strategy. So if you're a Learn Forex graduate and you've attended the Learn Forex program, you may decide today you want to look at the 180 phase changer, but you may decide you want a refresher on how that strategy works. You click on the 180 phase changer, it will bring the strategy up, and you can see it will show you exactly what you use the strategy for, in what time frames, what the risk profile is, and what kind of strategy it is. And of course, these are beautifully filmed by our animation team here at SmartCharts, which make it really easy and consumable for you to understand. So we get right into the charts. We show you exactly which EMAs to be using. It's all built into SmartCharts anyway, but it's really important to us that you understand this at a much deeper level than just flicking through a book or attending a seminar or a training. This has been filmed in such a way that our whole animation team have made it easy, consumable, and step by step. So you really aren't leaving any stone unturned. If you're somebody that likes to read a manual, we obviously also provide a manual icon, which means you can flick through the manual of for example, the 180 phase changer. Let's look at all the rules. You could even print this out. It is a printable PDF. But after you've done that training or refreshed yourself on that particular strategy, the next thing you can do after the training is then move into charts. So as I click on charts here, you can see I'm looking at a particular trading setup here. This happens to be the Breakfast Breakout. But if you remember, we were just looking at the 180 phase changer. So I might decide that's a strategy I want to have a look at. So I go to the top right-hand corner in SmartCharts. I click on Breakfast Breakout, and I want to move across to the 180 phase changer. These are all trading opportunities that SmartCharts has identified. I only need to click on maybe one of those, the Australian dollar against the US dollar. I can change this to Forex, and I can flick through these and see quite quickly where the opportunities are within the 180 phase changer. I might decide to change that to the H4, and I decide, okay, these trading strategies are now lining themselves up for me. I can see the ones that are flashing are the ones it wants me to draw my attention to. By simply clicking on those, I can have all of those strategies lined up. And then you'll see here with the flashing green button, it gives us the direction, where to buy, where to take our profit, and of course where our stop loss goes. It also shows us how many pips we're looking to make, how many pips we're looking to risk, and how much money we can make. I won't go into this in too much detail. Of course, you'll do that on your main training. You'll also do that as you progress through the online training. So we have two ways of ensuring that you understand it, which is always followed up with coaching. And don't forget, training and coaching are very different things. Training is watching videos and attending webinars or seminars. Coaching is a different activity entirely. It's literally about ensuring that we get right into you and understand what your behavior is and alter that behavior so it's more consistent with your trading plan and smart, effective trading strategy. Now, we all go off path sometimes. We're all emotional creatures, and that's a fact of life, and it happens. But the purpose and point behind coaching is all about getting you back on the straight line, getting you back on the path of least resistance, and ensuring you stick to that trading plan so you start producing results that, of course, you can rely upon. So as we then move from charts, we move across to trades. You can see these are all trades that you'll have lined up, pending, open, cancelled. Any trades that you've placed will be in here. So as we move across to journal, this is an analysis of the trades we've placed. It shows us how effective we've been. It shows us which strategies we've been most effective at using. It shows us a real breakdown of which ones are working best for us and which ones we need to look at improving. So this is really the area which then leads carefully and cleverly onto coaching. So the review in journal is, well, how well am I doing? I look at my winners versus my losers. I look at my longs versus my shorts. I get a real understanding of how well I'm doing in what period of time, what strategies are working best for me. And then, of course, I move, as you will do, across into coaching. This is, of course, where we alter not your training, but your behavior. This is all about adjusting from what you say you're going to do to what you really do. And interactive, integrative coaching, in my opinion, is the difference that makes the difference. It's the difference that made Learn to Trade the top trader education brand in the world, where we take people on a journey from where they are to really where they want to be. And that really comes from interactive coaching, where your coach has the ability, on your permission, to see your trading activity and then coach you accordingly. So generally, your coach will go through all of your trades that you've placed in that week. They'll have notes, they'll be prepared, they'll be ready. So when your coaching session starts online, which you can book straight through SmartCharts, you'll get straight into the trades, no faffing, straight into the belly of the beast and figure out exactly what happened, what went wrong or what went right, and then carve out a new plan for you going forward. Many people start with a simple goal of making a few $1,000s or pounds a month, and then they go on to very big things in relatively short order. They do that through coaching. And so that's where you book your coaching. And then the last three icons, really depending on your level of subscription in the platform, will give you access to live events. We broadcast live events directly into the platform. Remember, every day from our Australian trading floor and our UK trading floor, we broadcast the daily market update. So that's that European and Asian session where we give you a good insight into market context, as I said right at the beginning of this video, which is what is happening, what is the lay of the land, what are we hunting for, what are the obstacles and risks, and where are the opportunities. And then, of course, finally, in those European and Asian session updates, it's what are our trading teams looking to monetize, how are they setting themselves up for the game, so you have context and you are fully prepared at the beginning of your trading day. As you move across to tools, this is where the heat maps live, so you can have a quick look to understand very quickly where the opportunities are, where the risks are. When you use a heat map properly, these become tools you simply cannot live without. And then finally is ideas, and this of course is where all of the integrated AI is built. We've been running some of the best quant AI tools that are available in the market for the last 2.5 years now. We have Patterns AI, which actually shows you patterns that are happening in the markets and shows you exactly where to buy, where to sell, and how those patterns themselves are created in such a way to give you opportunities that you may not see with the naked eye. So Patterns AI is a very powerful tool set. Price Setups AI is even smarter. So it takes not just the figurative pattern of the chart, but it actually factors in the fundamentals, the economic outlook. Really simple tool to use, but boy, oh boy, is this powerful. If you don't have this as a setup, please let us know and we'll get you upgraded so you can get access to it. This is a great tool to have in your arsenal. If you're somebody serious, decisive, and committed to trading, this is probably one of the best tools in the market right now. So if you move your confidence, let's say up to 60%, let's say we want to have a look at a live trade right now, and you can see these are the trade calls it's picked up. You've got a 60% confidence here, live trade. Let's say on the dollar yen, if I hit buy there, it then brings up the reason, as this is correlation to the news. The news has changed, but it says selling pressure from 155.52 resulted in an initial daily gain being overturned, obviously. Selling posted in Asia. We're trading at oversold extremes. The 161 fib extension is located on the 152.85 from 155.88 to 154.01. Although this anticipated move higher is corrective, it does offer ample risk reward today. So if we hit trade now, you can certainly see where the buy entry is. And you can actually see already there's some support down there, and that market has started to find a base down here. So it's saying tight stop. Nice opportunity on the upside, 171 pip move, potentially 80 pip. You can go through this in more detail, of course, with your coaching and in training, but just to give you an insight as to the kind of tools that you've got available in this platform, it is second to none. It's not like the other trading platforms that are out there that have just got charts and a series of indicators. This platform has every indicator known to man. If you go to charts, back to charts, and I'm just going to take a basic naked chart, call it no strategy. If you look at the top right hand here, you'll see that we've got different ways of showing the price. You can have point and figure if you want. You can have Heikin Ashi, you can have hollow candles, OHLC bar, which stands for open, high, low, close bars. All sorts of different ways of looking at the data, but most importantly, you've also got incredible indicators that you can put on the chart at any time. If you want to search for an indicator, you can just type EMA, for example, and it finds an exponential moving average. On it goes. And you'll probably find no other platform in the world that has the number of indicators and insider trading tools at your disposal. That's completely part of just our standard package. We don't charge any more for all of those indicators. And as you can see, we have a vast amount of indicators that have been put into this platform, which are for your use. And they can also add better insight, increased probability, and of course, reducing the risk. So that's my quick run through for you. I hope that was helpful, just to give you a bit of an understanding of the lay of the land. Remember, if you go to the SmartCharts icon on the left, click on that, and it'll bring you back to that beginning screen. Remember, watch the context video first to have an understanding of what to do for the day. And then, of course, we move into the learn sections where you'll do your training or your refresher training, and then into charts where you can get busy, start finding those strategies. For example, if you're someone who's trading the Breakfast Breakout, we've been doing that this morning, of course, and you can see that Breakfast Breakout trades, that German Breakfast Breakout trade is well in play. The UK 100 Breakfast Breakout trade, of course, is well in play. You can see the profit targets up here. This is one of our favorite strategies to teach beginners because, of course, it works. You know, 4 days out of 5, often you'll get winning trades with this, sometimes 5 out of 5, but it is a consistent, confidence building strategy. And I hope it gives you the confidence to be bold, to keep your risk low, and to really start believing in yourself and really building the confidence required to make it as a self-directed trader. Listen, most people who come into this don't have the skills, they don't have the belief that it's possible, and of course they don't have the support. We've tried to change all of that. We've tried to give you a platform which has everything integrated, a fantastic coaching and support system. My organization is 22 years old. We're the largest and the oldest and most entrenched trader organization out there. And so my coaches have been with me, many of them over 15 years. They're good old boys and girls, and they know exactly how this game works, and they are to be your guides. They're there to be your support, and please do hit them up, ask them for help and support. They're always here to look after you. Book them in the coaching part of the platform and get the support and the help you need. We are only a phone call or a message or a text away. And I set this up 20 years ago to give you the experience that I had working on that very first trading floor right back in the mid-90s, where my mind was blown when I realized I no longer had to exchange just my time for money, that actually my money could make a lot more money than any time I could create. And when you get to that place, everything changes. So with that, I wish you really well. Please message me how well you're getting on or any questions. I love your feedback. But with that, enjoy the platform, and any feedback you can give me or my team, we are always all ears. Good luck, and thank you for joining us.